Hey, Emmeline here. Day 8, I think, of my 40-day challenge to express authentically from the heart. And I am exhausted. We've just been really hitting it hard trying to prepare for this event that we're holding starting tomorrow, and it's going to be Monday through Friday of next week. And this is the first time that we've done something like this, so it's a lot. Usually we hold events in person, and there's just like more spaciousness, and it's just more like the natural flow of things and not having to do so much back end stuff. But man, you know what I'm really like, what's really being brought to my awareness in all of this is like, I think I've talked about this a little bit before, but like, just because you can do everything and you can do everything well does not mean you should do everything. And like, we hired a VA to help us with this process, and she's like, creating the landing pages, and we have people like working on social media stuff for us so we don't have to do all of that. But like, even still, like, all the emails and all of the copy and all of the like everything that has to be written and assembled, and all the like back end stuff that has to be done, make sure that the links work and that they're linked in the right place, and da 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 da. And my goodness, I mean, you can do it more simply, right? Like, it doesn't have to be as complex as we put together. And I think that for most people, the first time that they do this, they don't make it more complex. This is just my way of trying to do everything exactly in like the best way we can do it from the very beginning. Maybe that's a lesson too. I hadn't been thinking about that one. But the one lesson that I have gotten is just like, I really don't enjoy spending so much time on these technical things, on the processes and on the thinking. The like making sure that everything is in order, that everything is outlined properly, and that all the pieces are there to make things flow smoothly and make people feel like really supported. And I know how important those things are, because most spaces like we hold, they don't have those things. And so people are like, what the fuck is going on? Where do I find this? Where is this? When are we going to do this? Da 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 da. Right? And it can just seem like messy. And I've never liked that about, people who do the kind of work that we do. I don't like things being messy, because it's not necessary, right? I mean, there are times when it's necessary. When you're creating something truly new, all right, that's not really been done before, then there are periods where, things are messy and they don't work. And you have to go back to the drawing board and keep experimenting and all of these things. But what we're doing, people have done this before, right? There are ways that can just make it run really smoothly and make people feel like supported and make it feel easy, right? And you want it to feel easy for people. Like, when I go into a container, I want it to be easy for me. I want it to be easy for me to participate. I want it to be easy for me to be a part of the experience, because if it's not, I'm probably going to go do something else with my time, because I have so many other things that I need to do and want to do. So anyway, long way of saying, I just I think like it's really important that these things are in place, but I'm just learning that even though I have the capacity to put them in place, I don't really want to be the one that's doing that. Whoa, that's a funny bug. And so that's a good thing. Like, it's just a good thing to recognize about myself, because I'm the kind of person that will do it and just kind of take over doing that because I want it done in a certain way. So I think, I guess the thing is here now then going to be, finding a person who can fill that role and do it in a way that is up to my standards, that we can also afford to pay. Because that's another thing. It's like, a lot of the people that are in the price range that we can currently afford are not going to do things in the way that I want it done. So, we'll just have to see about that. I'm sure, it's possible. People do it. And so, it's a matter of just finding the right the right person or the right persons to be able to come in and take some of this stuff over. And I mean, the other good thing is once these things are set up and put in place, then it doesn't take a, it's not like, it's like you put them in place once and then they're there, right? And then it's not difficult to just clone these things and in that way. So it's yeah, it's just a lot. It's just a lot, and I'm really tired. But I am excited for tomorrow. I think it's going to be really cool. I don't know, it's just going to be fun. It's going to be fun to go through this event with whoever is there. We've had well over 200 people sign up at this point, but I don't, we'll see how many people, show up live to the Zoom calls. These people are from all over the world, so I'm sure for some of these people it's going to be the middle of the night. For some people, they're going to be at work. So we'll see how many people show up live, how many people catch the recordings. But yeah, it's exciting. It's a new way of doing things for us, and so that's pretty cool. And of course, anytime you do something new, there's always like the crunchy bits, right? And I feel like that's what I'm going through right now, are the crunchy bits. The crunchy bits. But that is okay. Crunchy bits are okay. This is how we grow. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot today. I think that's mostly it. It's just like, these reflections. I guess the other thing is like just more and more this, it's just like coming up more and more how deeply ingrained this like devaluing of the feminine and that exists outside of logic and rationality and linearity, like how devalued that is in my psyche. But and then like also like what I've already talked about, like how much of myself, right, how much of that part of myself that really nurtures my life force energy and my creative energy, it is that part of myself that works outside of structure and logic and reason. And I think what I'm really seeing, through this process is like how much that linearity and that structure and creating all of that, like how much life force energy, how much creative energy that like sucks out of me. And it doesn't have to be that way, right? It's not that like there's a competition there. It's just that it needs to be more balanced. And my whole life I've been way more like on the analytical, the structures, the systems, the thinking, right, all the time. And I'm really like entering into a level of depth that is requiring me to become more balanced. And so a lot of these things that I've just been used to taking on and doing myself because I can, I think is being shown to me that is not, like I really, it's not that I can't do those things anymore, I can, but it has to be balanced. It has to be balanced with a lot more of the feminine flow and the the work that's outside of logic and just being, just being, sitting with the body, sitting with the earth and being. And I can't spend all my time on systems and structures because it's like it almost like, and I mean we see it in the world around us because the whole world is out of balance like this. It's like it cuts us off from life force energy when things are out of balance. It actually like causes us to go into the state of depletion. So yeah, I mean, it's just interesting, like finding the balance, and I've been on this path for years of trying to bring, the internal polarities, the masculine and the feminine, into balance. Because both of them are very, very strong inside of me, and I wouldn't say that one is stronger than the other. They're both equally strong, but it's like getting into a state where they're collaborative instead of competitive, is you know, there's still some crunchiness there. It's better than it used to be, but there's still some crunchiness there. And I can feel that this more like masculine aspect is still like wanting to dominate and wanting to control, and like wanting a lot more time and attention than what I'm giving the more feminine parts. And so I really have to find a way to balance that. And yeah, it'll be interesting to do that. And I mean, like, you know, I know I'm being, you know, I'm going down this path because I guide other people on this path, right? And it's been really interesting to me to see how a lot of the women that I work with, they actually connect to the feminine embodiment practices and the more like feminine aspect of reality, like easier than I do. Which is kind of interesting to me. But I think, like, you know, this logic and rational part of myself and the thinking and the, like, the mind, right? Like, my mind in particular is just very active and it's very strong, and it's very intelligent. Let's put it that way. It's very, very intelligent, and it can be kind of sneaky about, like, staying in power. Even with all of the feminine embodiment stuff that I do, I've really seen the kind of sneaky ways that my mind and more of these masculine energies, you know, stay in power. And yeah, I can also feel that's gonna change soon. It is happening. But it'll be interesting to see what that looks like on the other side, you know. And I hope that it looks like a lot more stillness and a lot more peace and a lot more being and less doing, because I need that. My body needs that. And I mean, like, I've always been an active person, and I've always been a person that has a lot of energy. And so I know when I get that balanced, that, you know, my energy is going to be like through the roof. And I think that's part of the reason that my energy has like really been shut off, is because I have so much energy when, you know, when it is there. But I have so much energy that if it's all like being funneled through the mind, then that just like totally gets things out of whack. So it's like getting things back into balance so that energy can flow, but then making sure that that energy is being directed in a balanced way too. So it's all learning for me. But anyways, beautiful day here in the woods. I hope that you all are having a lovely Sunday as well. And we will talk again tomorrow.